room. Okay, so we're going to look at just the wall first that's common with Unit 4. If I come down here behind the water heater, I've got mold all over the drywall. This black substance is a mold-like substance. Goes all the way across. As I come down, you can see it here, and you can see it really here, really growing here, mold. Okay, come back up. I'm going to go to the corner here. And you can see that the drywall in the corner, actually that's common with the outside. That's the wall the door's in. But it's all busted out, and anyway, it's not a pretty sight. I mean, if you're going to do some repairs in here, exposed electrical wiring there. Up above it, there's some exposed areas. But let's get to the real crux of it, okay? We'll look at all the areas that should be sealed first. That should be sealed. That wall is a firewall. That's a fire separation wall between the utility room and the Unit 4. And also, this vent is not done correctly. A vent's got to go uphill minimum of 1/4 inch per foot. And that vent is completely flat. And that vent has to have a 1-inch separation from combustibles, which includes drywall, none of which you have. So you have no separation from combustibles. Okay, we're going to move over here and get between the units now. You've got a Mickey Mouse patch in the ceiling that's not fire taped. You've got caulking around that. That's good. That needs to have fire caulking around it. But where it really gets bad, we'll go ahead and just look at the rest of the ceiling first. The ceiling should be all fire taped up there. All those seams, they can't just be open seams. If a fire breaks out in here and spreads to Unit 4, investigators are going to be real unhappy that it's in the condition that it's in. Okay, got some holes that are sealed. That needs to just be completely abandoned. A fire breaks out in here, it'll draft right into there. Okay, over here on this end is ridiculous. This is called a phone board. You put up plywood on the wall, and all the phone circuits are made up. I don't know if this has been abandoned or hasn't been abandoned, but that phone circuit board should have been put over the top of 5/8 Type X drywall. Instead, it's taking the place of the drywall. So you've got a combustible surface there taking the place of the drywall, which has a hole in the middle. I'm looking at the wall for Unit 4 back there through this hole. That's Unit 4 back there. Okay, so that's kind of a mess. And of course, down here on the corner again, we're all broken open down here on the corner. That's common with the outside. But that corner and around the corner, the entire wall here is completely damaged. Minimum a foot to 16, 18 inches up. If I reach in here, you know, I mean, the whole thing is just, this all needs to be cut out all the way across and behind both water heaters. That all needs to be cut out. It's going to be hard to get in there back there, but I mean, it's also going to be hard to try to remove the water heaters. I mean, these are big water heaters. But this drywall all the way across the bottom needs to be cut out and replaced. Okay, so let me go back over here. You got this kind of a mess. These things are bad. Now here's the worst spot of all. This is between the water heaters. You can see the black stuff on the wall there. Again, all the way across behind the water heaters, all the way. It's damaged and needs to be cut off. It all has to be cut off behind the whole wall, the entire wall, common with 4. You have to cut at least 12, 16, 18 inches, whatever you can get away with, out from the floor up and replace it. And then, of course, here's the big hole, and definitely not a pretty sight there either. That's Unit 4 behind this hole, still in the laundry room. Back there is Unit 4. And so anyway, you can see there's a lot of black. Needs to be scrubbed off with mold inhibitor and even painted with an additional mold inhibitor.